Well, alrighty, gang. Welcome back to the Active Self-Protection Podcast. I'm yet again your host, Mike Williver, and I remain your favorite former Fed.
Dark Star Gear is one of the few companies that I trust to make holsters that I wear. They make high-quality appendix carry holsters for a variety of firearms manufacturers. Check them out at the link in the description.
With us today, a new friend of mine. His name is Frank. Frank hails from the greater Los Angeles area, and he is married, no kids yet. Frank, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. We have a little bit of a delay, and I always forget to tell the guests this before we start. So if one of us freezes up for a second, just hang in there. Everything's being recorded on both ends, your end and my end. So
okay.
If I freeze up for 2 minutes and we got a problem, hit the end button. I'll get back to you. But otherwise, hang in there for a few more seconds.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so you sent in a video, which I have intentionally not watched. John has watched it and found it to be sufficiently interesting with sufficient lessons to put it on the main channel at some point. Now, I don't know if that's come out or not. I don't think it has, because this is a pretty recent email you sent in. But at some point, this will be up on the YouTube channel, and hopefully John will point people to the podcast, and I'm pointing you to the YouTube channel. It'll be out at some point. We try to coordinate those to come out the same day. It was way too much, way more trouble than it's worth. So it'll be out at some point. So Frank, tell me, are you and have you always been sort of a self-defense minded person? Do you have a self-defense history, martial arts, firearms, that kind of thing?
Not in particular, but I did train like mixed martial arts a little bit. It's just like a hobby, so I just practice with my friends, just learn a little bit like Muay Thai or something like that, and really basic jiu-jitsu. And I do carry firearms at home, and just for, just in case, just self-protection, but no like concealed weapon or anything like that. But then because I watched John and the active self-protection videos on YouTube, I did buy the recommended pepper spray that he recommended, that John recommended. So thankfully, because of that, I was carrying it that day.
Very good. I lived in Cali for a long time. Do they have any laws for or against pepper spray? I don't remember there being anything like that.
I don't think so. I'm not too sure about that, but I don't think so.
All right. If you know about that, if you're from California, you know the answer to that, leave me a comment and let me know. I'd be interested to know. I think it's perfectly legal. Like anything else, certain places you can't carry it, yada, yada, but not a big deal. Did you buy Palm pepper spray, the one that we are sponsored by?
Exactly.
Yeah. I'll tell you, we've had more than a few people reach out to us and tell us that it saved their bacon. We've had at least 2 or maybe 3 people on this show just to talk. And now you're either 3 or 4. I can't remember. It's been so many. To talk about the efficacy of palm pepper spray. It does work, folks. So that's why we're
I'm happy I switched to that, because just a few days ago, like literally like a week or 2 prior to that, I had a Saber gel pepper spray. And then I was reading about like gel pepper sprays, and it doesn't like take effect as fast as the aerosolized ones. So that's why I made the switch.
Very good. Yeah, and John will tell you he's not a fan. Look, I guess there's a place for gel spray in prohibited environments, but I mean, I know you can't carry pepper spray on a plane, even in the checked luggage. I think, I'm not sure. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But I think gel might be inappropriate in an environment where the atmosphere is a big deal, where there's a lot of circulation and you don't want to have to evacuate a building or an airplane, maybe. Anyway, so your incident that you wrote in about and was captured on video, how long ago did that happen?
I think this was around, I'm not too sure, December of last year. So half a year ago, roughly.
And how long have you been carrying palm before that?
Before that, just like literally 2 weeks.
Okay. So yeah, just in your own words, just kind of walk us through what happened. Where were you? What were you doing? And what went on to lead you to have to use palm pepper spray?
So pretty much, I was getting a massage with my wife, and it was close to closing time when we finished. And as we were getting out of the room, we went to the restroom, and then I heard like pounding sounds, like really hard pounding sounds, like, like huge, like thumping, like doom, 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 like. So I was like, what is that? That didn't sound like anyone getting a massage or anything like that. And as we walked down the hallway, I realized this big guy was towering over this lady, literally like less than half his size. And he was just wailing on her hard. And it just immediately like triggered something in me, and then I was like, I started shaking. My hands started shaking because like I knew I had to do something, but at the same time, I didn't really want to. You know, this guy's bigger than me too. So, but anyway, right when I saw that, I immediately like started walking up my pace and walking faster towards them, and then immediately got in between them just to
So
like
real
give
quick,
us
let's back
space.
up for 1 second. It's in the LA area when this happened, obviously, because you were with
Yes,
your
this
wife.
is in like, yes, this is in LA area, like east of
Okay,
LA County.
walk us back through, like, were you going down a hallway? Was this down the street, or where were
This was
you
down the
exactly? What
hallway.
is
So I was inside the massage parlor along with them. So
Okay.
they were in the shop and he was a customer. And yeah, or he wanted to be a customer. So the story is pretty much like I found out this after. So pretty much this client wanted to get a massage upon closing hours, and then they didn't accept him as a client. And then he was drunk. You could smell the alcohol on him,
Right.
and he was not taking that. He was not taking no for an answer. So he started beating her, and that was literally just it. He was a client that they rejected because it was closing hours. He was mad and belligerent and started beating a girl half his size. Yeah. So
So did
that's
this
kind of
guy
like the
appear to you
backstory.
to be like just a regular person who maybe was drunk, or did he look thug-ish, like gangbanger-ish, or
No, he
homeless, or
wasn't
anything?
not a,
How would you
he
describe him?
was, in like maybe like 45, 50-year-old, Chinese man. You know, he's obviously not from here. You could tell from his accent.
Okay.
He wasn't speaking English. He was speaking Chinese, which I understand.
Okay.
Um, but then, yeah, he was just mad, angry, like, uh, by the time I got in his way, he pushed me a little bit, but then I just immediately like stood back right in front of him, just like to create space. She was on the couch getting beat, and then he was towering over her, like standing
Yeah.
over her, and then I got in between there, and then I just kept facing him just so he'll stop. Like, hey, like I kind of pushed him a little bit, like tell him to stop,
Right.
and then he kept like telling me to get out of the way, or like he kept saying like, look, if you're gonna do something, stab me then. Like he kept saying that, like take out a knife and stab me. Like he was just a little crazy, you know. He was drunk.
Hmm.
He didn't. I don't think he was actually hoping for that, but it's just like his way of bluffing to get me out of the way, you know, like do something then.
Right.
But so obviously I just kept standing there, and then I started like reaching into my pockets to clear out my pockets because I felt like I was gonna fight him. But then at that time I was still like really like the adrenaline was pumping. I was like shaking, but yeah. And then I started reaching into my pockets. The shop owner, there was like three ladies there. None of them which could stop him, obviously, because he's a big guy. But as I was reaching into my pockets, the shop owner told me or the manager told me she was concerned that I was actually trying to take out a knife or something to stab him, which I wasn't.
Oh,
It
wow.
was just
Okay.
me trying to empty my pockets to like, you know, give it to my wife to like make sure all my belongings are safe.
Interesting.
And
I've actually
then
never heard anyone do that before. That's an interesting behavior.
yeah, and then
Back out of the way.
I was standing in a way like my arms were kind of crossed, and then like I had my hand here just in case, like he was gonna headbutt me or like attack me, I could like block, you know, and
Sure.
then just in case, so both my arms were crossed. Let me see if I could pop this up real quick.
Yeah.
So I was like this. I was trying to stand like this so I could like have my guard
Okay.
here and then like block and then punch in case I needed to.
Yeah,
But that
that's what we teach our rookie cops is don't have your hands in your pockets, don't have them down by your side when you're interacting with someone. You always see cops in the interview position, the F5 position, they say,
yeah,
and their hands are usually
exactly.
around their midsection somewhere. So that's actually a really good idea. So go ahead.
Yeah, so that's what I was trying to do, create some space. And then he was just being very aggressive, but I know he didn't want to do anything with me because then he would otherwise he would have attacked me already, I feel.